Alright, can you hear me talking in the mic? Let me know if you can hear me. Alright, bet. Alright, so what you're gonna do, 90% of the time, I play a cover 4. I'm either gonna be in a cover 4 through a 3-4 odd, my cover 4 right there on drop show 2, or I play a lot of cover 3 from nickel. I'm gonna show you the cover 3. Random play. Alright. The left button on the dialogue pad, the direction pad, controls your D line. Of course, I'm sure you know that. Press down on the right stick for slant inside, and immediately press R1 for the quarterback containment. Then you're gonna go press triangle, and you can either choose to press up on the right stick for over the top, or right on the right stick for the outside containment. Okay, they're in a 5 wide, so I'm gonna go outside, and then you're gonna click R1 again, and obviously they're not running the ball. There's no running back in the backfield, so you're gonna guess the play and click up on the right stick for pass. And I pinch, make sure my quarterback contains on. See, no yardage gains. Somebody's always right there. Hold on, now I'm gonna switch and go to my cover 4. I'm gonna show you the adjustments one more time, and I'm gonna show you how quickly I'm able to do them. Once again, left on the dialogue pad, down on the right stick, R1, triangle, up on the right stick, and then go R1, up on the right stick. Okay, he got some yards on me that time. But I'll give that up, you know what I'm saying? Because once it comes to the red zone, it's very hard. Alright, now. See how fast I did that? Almost nobody will hike the ball before you're able to do those adjustments. It's forcing him out the pocket. He'll fumble. Oh, he didn't that time. Most quarterbacks, if you apply enough pressure, will not be able to escape the pocket and get enough yardage that's worth anything before you're able to hit them. Because nobody wants to run for a yard and slide, especially not if you got a mobile quarterback. I baited him in. Oh, he didn't throw the ball where I wanted him to. Alright, you're probably not watching anymore, but I'm going to keep going just so you can kind of study this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a few offensive plays. After this, because I think I gotta do one more play. See how the adjustments contain that outside? Alright. Why is it not letting me? Alright. So, I'm gonna choose new play. This is my personal playbook that I created. Oh, it put me back on the Eagles. Oh my god. Alright, I'll show you in just a minute. Alright, I should be on offense now. Alright, this is my personal playbook. This is one of the main plays I ran on you. This right here is called Bunch Nasty. Oh, this is not my playbook. Alright, well it'll still work. Look at verticals. Almost every playbook has it. Go to verticals. Random play. You're going to see your slot receiver. 90% of the time, people put their fastest receiver in the slot. Quez Watkins, obviously. Okay, so while he's on the crosser to the left side of the field, I'm going to send Devontae Smith, my square, on a slant to the opposite side of the field. Then you want to take whoever's to the left of your slot going on the crosser, put them on a streak. It glitches out the top strong safety to where they will not try and cover the slant 90% of the time. The slant will be open near the midfield mark or close towards the numbers. Crosser, you gotta wait till it develops. You gotta wait probably last second really. See, I had the crosser open, but so I smoked that. Now I'm just gonna do a lot of shit in this video just so you can always look at it if you need to. But like I said, I got my crossing route on X. It's going to the left side. You want to send your outside receiver square on a slant to the opposite side of the field. Put R1 on a streak to disrupt the defenders. Sometimes it'll hold your player up, sometimes it won't. Always as a bailout on plays like this, send your running back on an out route. Don't matter which side, you know what I'm saying? It's always, that's what you want is your bailout. Circle, I'm just going to get him out the way and make him do it like a little drag route. Alright. Alright, that was my fault. That was just a bad pass. And the computer's all Madden defense is really good. Damn, I wish I had my playbook. Let's see what plays they got so I could show you. Okay, they got the pistol. They don't have none of my pistol plays. That's a good formation. You always want your fastest receiver in the slot. Of course, I'm sure you know that. I'm just gonna click a play. Alright, right here. I'm gonna send my tight end on an in route. Send Quez, circle, my slot on a slant. I'm gonna send my running back on a wheel route, the same way as the slant. You only want to do this if it's the same way as the slant. I'll show you one. I'm just gonna send Devontae Smith on a streak route to keep that side of the field contained. Look at circle. When you send that running back on a wheel route, it does something to Madden's defense. Because you can't control every player. It don't matter how hard you try. You cannot control every player on your defense. So when you do that, it forces this cornerback on the right side of the field, I think that's Jair, to step up. And when he steps up, it gives your speedy receiver enough space to get behind him. I'll do it again. And if he don't step up, well, you're still gonna, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna step back and it's gonna be too far. Because he's their only hope of protecting that route. Right now he's playing more at a safety position. It looks like they're in man almost. Hold on, let me find out if they're in man because I can show you something else. Okay, they are in man. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send square over here. When they're in man, it kills them. I threw the wrong pass. I meant to throw it to circle. He was wide open, but they pressured me. it also works if you send your tight end on a fly route, because it pulls that safety off the top in zone coverage. And then look at your running back. They cannot cover the outside slant and the wheel route on the same side of the field. Unless somebody's real good and they know how to use their user very well, they will not cover that route. Because even if they do, one of the three players will be open. Your tight end on the fly route, your slot receiver on the slant, or your running back on the wheel route. I'm just going to keep doing it to show you how many times, no matter the defense they're in, this play is successful. Because I got it on random plays, so they're picking a different play every time. I'm doing these same routes. Same routes. Look at this. Run with the quarterback. Get a couple yards. There's so much variety you can do with this kind of stunt. Because a lot of teams, you're coming out, it looks like you're gonna run. I mean, you got three tight ends on the field. Two tight ends on the field. My bad. You only got two receivers. You got a running back in the backfield, and you're under center. Looks like you're running the ball, but they can't stop it. All you need to do this is to remember, when you hike the ball, you have to instantly roll with your slant route. You got to roll to that side of the field. And you got to make sure you have a quarterback that's decent at throwing on the run. Or even if you have enough time to set your feet before you launch the ball. You just want to make sure the key is to roll with your slant route. Because if there's a spy, that's going to pull him up. That was a bad pass. I was just stupid. I could have ran. Alright, I'm going to try to show you a different. When you're running the ball, I'm going to show you some offensive line adjustments. I'm just going to run a simple dive route. Alright, I'm going to ignore that green zone. You're going to press L1 and then really see how they're stacked. The linemen are more to the right side of the field. That right end over here, though, is kind of shadowing the outside of my left tackle. But their linebackers are not evened out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make my offensive line slide left. Since I'm running to the middle, and it's going to help. It'll open it either way. You know what I'm saying? You'll get 5-6 yards. You're a good runner. You're good at running the ball. Okay, now I'm going to max protect. That pushes the line forward. Get you a lot of leverage. And there'll always be a hole right there. 90% of the time. Let me see if I can find a... Damn, they don't have any stretches. I'm going to turn it to a counter. Okay, even though it looks like they're stacked heavy on my right side, slide right, change the side of play, and run right into them. Just run right into them. With a good running back, you can get to the outside right there and avoid being tackled. Another play that is like a cheat code in Madden is the simple single back drag routes. Of course, you've seen me use those a little bit. Right there, mesh spot. Single back wing tight, mesh spot. As long as you have two decent tight ends, you're going to be okay. You want your best tight end obviously at X. And you want a tight end at triangle that's just, it don't have to be fast. He's just got to be a reliable catcher where he's not going to drop the ball. One of them will be open at all times. That's the play I ran with Irv Smith on you about 4 or 5 times. Now watch triangle, opposite side of the field. Oh, well, that was a bad one. But this is another one with the running back wheel route. See how the wheel route's going to the right? That's what helps triangle. And then you can use your playmaker. Oh, I tripped out. I was trying to press square. I pump faked. Send circle on a fly route just to get him out the way. That's why I was messing up at. Look at triangle. Easy first down. On like 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7 yardage plays, this is what I do. This is what I run. This is my bread and butter. Look at this. 3rd and 5, I just got a first down. And if they somehow, what you want to do when you play this, if you're going to run this play more than a couple times in a game, you want to do like I did. You want to pick X or triangle and throw it to them. Whichever one you throw it to that first time you run this play, you want to throw it to them the second time too. So whoever you're playing feels like that play is specifically for that receiver. And then on the 3rd or 4th time, switch it up. Go to the opposite one, because they're both going to be open 90% of the time. And you're going to get just as much yardage. And you can also switch to that inside run that I just showed you from the same formation. Max protect. Another 5, 6, 7 yards. It's really simple, bro. Hold on, let me see. Show you one more. Look at this. Look at that. A lot of times when you throw it to triangle, since he's not your top receiver, you're going to want a possession catch that. You're going to want to switch to him and press X. You don't want him to run. You don't want him to take the chance of getting hit hard and fumbling. Alright. When I do run man, this is the only formation I'll run man out of. And you want to manually go in, make sure your fastest players are on the field. It doesn't necessarily have to be by overall, but you want your fastest players on the field. Okay, I'm not real familiar with none of them. Anyways, you want your fastest player as the slot corner. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure they actually throw the ball. You want your fastest player as this cornerback right here. Your fastest DB, you want him right here. Then you want to take this one. With him lined up on the tight end, 9% of the time tight ends are doing drag routes or slants. You want to pull him inside a little bit. Give him a little bit of leverage in case the tight end's faster than him. That way when he runs in, he can easily step back and run with the tight end across the field. So you want to move him a little bit over here. If he beats you on a streak, no problem. You're in the cover 2. Safety's got it 90% of the time. I always go this one, back him up a little bit, because most of the time your 3rd or 4th cornerback's not going to be a high overall. So you want to back him up a little bit since his press coverage probably won't be that good. Then your main cornerback over here, okay, they got Gowan on Devontae Adams. That's probably not going to be pretty. But I always back him up too, because like I said, if their receiver beats you on the street, 90% of the time your safety's there to help. Once you do the adjustments I do, move my safety back a little bit, go to this cornerback and do the same thing, except I bring him probably about 10 yards off the receiver. I want to give him space. And then my normal adjustment, slant inside, quarterback contain, pass, over the top. I'm going to let him hike. Come on, Rogers. That's nothing. I didn't bring him in far enough. Alright. I brought him too far off the line of scrimmage. I want to keep him kind of close to that line of scrimmage. See how fast I can do those adjustments now? It just takes time getting them down. That's the main part. And I did it again. Okay. See, if you find a player like trying to do a hurry up and do the same play on you, bait them in. Bring your player into the same spot. Get on the defensive end closest to the side of the field where they're running. Bait them in. Okay, well this is not working against Green Bay. I'm gonna switch to cover 2. Over the top. Quarterback contain. When you're in the cover 2, your cornerbacks for some reason react a lot faster than man. See how Avonte Maddox is just on this little vertical route. I don't know how he backs up and reacts so quicker in this cover 2 than he did in man coverage. But like I said, most of this only works if you have a D-line that's able to get pressure. If they're killing you on drag routes, instead of going over the top, click down on the right stick for underneath. And then he kills me over the top. Alright, but I feel like I got the main points across to you on the adjustments. I showed you a couple offensive plays that work 90% of the time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring him up so he's backing up with my cornerback on Davante Adams. I'm going to shade underneath and bring him over. Well, what you do, you know what I'm saying, just go into practice, play with the adjustments I showed you, play with some of the offensive plays I showed you. My playbook I created, I used the Eagles base playbook and I just added plays. If you go to create a playbook, make sure you go to single back, bunch nasty. Bunch nasty has this play and you'll see it just looks sketchy. It's a play action to the right, has your slot receiver doing a weird, looks like a drag that he curls and goes into a fly route up the field, and it has your left side of the field receiver going on a crossing route to the opposite side. It's called single back bunch nasty. If you do create a playbook, you gotta add that. I'm gonna go on a cover 3 real quick since that's my favorite shit. And to stop this little drag route, I'm gonna take this tight end, my D tackle, my worst one, and just bring him across the field right there. Okay, normally he would have lost yardage. No, he still did. But alright, bro, you know what I'm saying? Play with what I showed you. If you have any more questions or something, or you don't understand something I showed you, just message me. I'll holler at you. I'm gonna do this last play and I'm out, fam. That works. I'm tripping. Alright, bro.